Hello everyone and welcome to a weird new setup of mine. For this particular video, I'm not gonna be unboxing anything or doing any haul, but rather I would just like to talk to you about some things that has been going on within the fandom or with NCT in general. Now, because I've been wanting to um, do this kind of videos a lot in the past, but I just don't know how to do them. Like, do I throw myself out in the camera or whatnot? But yeah, I've managed to like do this setup thingy right now. Yeah, I think we'll stay with this for now. Okay, there's a lot of things that I want to tell or talk about in this video. And again, what I'm going to be talking about in this video is regarding with NCT, on how they're doing right now and stuff, and how I'm coping up with that, and what are my feelings about that. Okay, so as you have known, NCT today, as of April 16th or 17th, NCT just flew to US right now, um, because their US tour is starting. And also April 16 or April 17, today is also the release of Awaken, their first full-length Japanese album. Okay, so I'm not sure if that is already TMI, but okay, so wait, I'm finding tweets right now. Okay. Because I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Um, okay, so there's not it. Again, today Awaken has just been released, like physically released, and look at my layout. Like, I'm not sure if you can tell. Oops. It's not focusing. Focus. Yeah. So Awaken has just been released, but then again, like today, like the physical release, the album I think was released, yeah, also just today, 16, 17. And then on top of that, NCT just now, or April 17th, as of April 17th, oops. If you go, sorry, I don't know if you can see. Maybe you can, but I'm trying to. Yep, there it is. If you go on their page or their Twitter account, yes, they're doing their world tour. Um, sorry if it's not focusing. Okay. Yeah, you see this. Like, oh my god, focus. Okay, so 1 hour ago, NCT 127 has already released the first teaser for their next, I'm not sure, or just their comeback in general. And as you can see, it says here NCT 127 Superhuman. And then here's the teaser photo so far. And then, yeah, that is dated on my phone April 16, 11 p.m. But that is actually April 17, 12 p.m. KST, or 12 a.m. KST. Now here's the thing. As we all know, Awaken has just been released, and then here they are with Superhuman. And as you know, May, they're touring the US during May, and then on top of that, they say that there's gonna be a comeback during May, 127 comeback, and that is Superhuman, which they released just now. Now, I am like so overwhelmed with what's happening. Because number one, I have shared this on a tweet. Let me just find my tweet. Okay, so I actually tweeted this. I'm not sure if you can read, but it said in this tweet that I know a lot of people are happy regarding 127 being active and all, but on a serious note, I'm worried. They have been doing back-to-back schedules since the start of the year, and up till now, they really haven't had the time to rest. I know it's their work, but I really hope that they rest well, eat well, and relax, and take a break when they have time. I'm worried regarding their health. As you can see, I've sorted this out chronologically. If it focuses. So, Korean concert tour, Japanese concert tour, Awaken, US tour, and then may come back and TBA schedules. And then at the latter, I said, I really hope that they have time to rest at the latter part of the year. And this I tweeted out just like I'm not sure, I can't do math suddenly. Yeah, 4 hours or 3 hours before NCT 127 announced Superhuman. Now, on a serious note, I'm really worried about them because they have been working non-stop without breaks, and concert in Korea, and then they flew right off to Japan, of course, to film Awake and such. And then for during March, they did the concert tour. Now, right now they have finished. They are flying over to. Right now, of course, they have gotten Awaken, filmed Awaken and such, and then of course did some interviews in Japan and such, and then now they're in America on a plane to the US for their US tour. And it's just so many things happening progressively, like continuously. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just really worried on how they're not resting any in between. I know it's their work. As I've said, I know it's their work, but I just can't fathom how tired they are right now. And then, of course, since everything is all about that, there is a tweet saying, how will NCT 127 promote in Korea if the comeback is in May, but they have a US tour during May also? So I have actually coded a tweet regarding that, and this is what I've said. I think they're gonna pull off how they did during regular era, wherein they promoted in the US, then come back to Korea maybe in the last week of May, then promote domestically in Korea. Then if they promote in Korea for May, then it's gonna be like all throughout May. Like, this is their calendar. I'm not sure, that's their current calendar set up on their site. And as I said, if they promote in Korea for May, then it's gonna be really expensive flying back and forth, and SM isn't that dumb to do that, I sure hope. But the way that they are teasing us this early may indicate that they'll release it by early May. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Today is April 17th, just mid-April, and they already are teasing us for the May comeback, which makes me assume that NCT 127 is gonna come back early May. But then again, as we see from the calendar, let me show it real quick to you. This is the setup of their calendar right now. Sorry, focus, please. This is the setup of their calendar right now for May 2019, and as you can see, I'm not just really sure on how this is gonna work out, to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Sorry. I don't know if you can see. Music shows usually run through a week. Like, there's Tuesday, the show, M Countdown. Wait, they don't promote in Mnet anymore. But yeah, music show runs on a weekly basis, mostly on the weekends. But their weekends are also booked for concerts too. And I don't know how NCT 127 is gonna promote amongst these. As I've said, it's not very wise of them to fly back and forth to promote in Korea in those certain days, and then come back to America to do their concert. I am aware that they have done this during their Japanese concert, like when they have weekend concerts. Usually on weekdays they're in Korea, and then on weekends they fly to Japan to do their concerts. That is they can do that because Japan is very much close to Korea, but this time around we're talking about the US. So Korea to US, it's really some distance, and I'm not I'm sure it's not very wise of them to like fly back and forth. So I mean, the last week of May could work for them. Like, as I've said earlier, maybe they can pull off just like how they did in regular, wherein they promoted in US, which is, by the way, regular era has also been the most tiring era for 127 because they were in America for 1 week and their schedules were so jam packed, and then when they went back to Korea, their schedules were also so jam packed, also for music shows and such. And then right after regular era, they jumped immediately to regulate. Just like seriously, can you guys imagine the exhaustion that all of this bring? But yeah, as I was saying, maybe they could pull off that again. Maybe they'll promote in the US first for the whole month of May, I think. Or maybe they'll just release like Superhuman English version, and then at the last week of May, when when all of the US tour is finished, when their US tour is finished, they're gonna be finally coming back to Korea, and that is the last week of May, and that's when they're gonna be promoting. But then I've suddenly realized that yeah, that may happen, but there's a low possibility of that happening because they're teasing us as early as now, which is mid-April. So I think that they'll be releasing Superhuman by early April at least. And it's just so confusing. It's just so overwhelming for me also as a collector. I have just uh, seriously, I've just bought the DVD version of Awaken, and then I still have cards to collect from their entrance photo cards during in Japan. And now a new album is coming out, and I really hope that there's only one version of it, and then one version of photo cards, because again I collect Jeon and Jo, and because as a collector, out when they release an album, it just doesn't stop there, because as you know, it's SM. After promotion, after a week or so, they're going to be releasing some goods, which is also something that I collect, and it's really a pain in the ass, and it's just like so overwhelming. I've been spending so much on, I've been collecting non-stop since the year started. Concert goods, and then we had what was it, a memorial book, and then for March we had Let's Shut Up and Dance, and the Neo City in Japan concert goods, and then also with Awaken, and now we have Superhuman, and of course it's just so overwhelming, really, like really so overwhelming with the amount of stuff. I'm not sad, or not, I'm not in any way mad or hating as NCT on how much they are providing us content. I'm just worried, like really worried about the boys having non-stop schedules. And of course, again, aside from those that I've mentioned before, of course, and 127 also does dispatch interviews, dispatch photo shoots, magazine interviews, radio guestings, and such. It's like, again, as I've said, I know they're almost at their peak, like it's the time that they're famous right now, but maybe they're overdoing themselves a little bit. Like, us fans can understand, and honestly, we didn't expect 127 to be the first unit to make a comeback. We initially thought that NCT Dream was gonna be coming back first, because as you have noticed, 127's busy with the US tour, and then they have plans of doing a European tour after the US tour, which is so overwhelming still, and it's just so many stuff are happening, so many things are happening, and it's just that time that I just can't cope up with it that much. Like, I try to cope up with it because I have no other choice, but then it's just too much. And then suddenly remembered one thing, but now I forgot about it. On top of that, 127, wait. Yeah, I collected my thoughts for a little bit, but yeah. Okay, so here's my other proposition or like assumption. Maybe Superhuman is just a digital release, but you see, SM doesn't do digital releases. That it's not. They don't do like just some other groups. They just do digital release and that's it. But for SM, they don't do that. So that's why I'm like positive that Superhuman isn't a digital release only, because they have already sent out the teaser, like this photo that I showed you earlier. I would like to assume that it's only a digital release or like a single, but of SM history, this stuff doesn't happen in SM context. That a single release or a digital release doesn't happen. They always come forth with mini albums and full-length albums, and if they did have a single release or a digital release, more likely that is under SM Station, which is on our case is not, because the official Twitter account tweeted it. So, oh my gosh, it's just so overwhelming, guys. So overwhelming of what's happening. Yeah, overall that's my thoughts. I'm not sure on how you view this concern. Overall, it's just I'm just becoming confused now as to what SM is actually doing, because why focus on, I mean, it's not I hate on 127, but they could have utilized the other units, like especially NCT Dream. They could have utilized NCT Dream and also EXO, because Shumin is going to enlist. Why not start with those artists first and let 127 rest a bit, because they're busy as they are right now because of US tours. But yeah, I don't know what's on their mind, and of course any one of us doesn't also know what's on the mind of SM and what is their plan. But yeah, just that concern. I'm worried about 127. I think that SM should be focusing on other groups for now other than 127, because they're busy. And they're busy as it is, and there are other units and groups I think that is more worthy of having a comeback. I'm not saying that 127 isn't worthy of a comeback, but because they just released Awaken, a Japanese release, and then they're busy with their US tour. I think it's too much to handle, not only for the boys but also for the staff, the fans also on our side. But I know that even though we are this busy, I know that the boys are still working hard, and so is the fans in supporting them. That's why I'm I don't know. I know the boys are working hard, and so are we. I just really wanted to voice out these concerns and thoughts that maybe they deserve some rest. They should rest for a little while before like actually promoting and stuff. And yeah, okay, so this has been a long video. If you have thoughts, or if you have any thoughts, or you want to share something about this, please do so. I really want to know your comments and how you view, and if you're feeling what I'm feeling too. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. I hope to do more video like this in the future too. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.